Hey, my name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. No, not that kind of yoga. Running a little behind the power curve. We are in the middle of selling our house. It's on the market. If you want to check it out, it's on Zillow. The pictures the pictures do it justice, I will say. There's a couple people out there who've been here, so they know. Second, that also means that we were running around. We had a showing in like a while, and so we had to run around and do everything you do for a showing, which is insanity. It was like a Laurel and Hardy movie here. It's all good. We need to get a contract so that we can move. All right. The good news is that the place that we're moving to is going to have room for a yoga studio, which means that I can have yoga retreat. Well, eventually we'll do weekend retreats. That's what's coming up on our horizon. And that also means that we would have room for more private instruction, or we could do group things, or we could do workshops together. It's all exciting. So that's what's happening in my world and making me a little crazy. This, if you're joining me in the space-time continuum, is Friday, Viniyoga. Viniyoga is a therapeutic style of yoga designed to protect and nurture your spine and your joints. It is focused on breathing. So I am going to cue the breath consistently. And it's a lot to figure out, but trust me, you're going to feel better afterwards. That being said, we are going to start in seated position. We're going to move. We are standing today. We're going to be doing a little wide angle standing triangle. So a blanket or a block might help. But as always, I'll cue without those things. And we are going to get started. So let's pull our attention awareness. Oh, P.S. I'm on my Spotify, the Effin' Yoga on Spotify. And I'm listening to Viniyoga A. I'm going to change up my Viniyoga playlists. I haven't had time to build those. But any kind of quiet, relaxing music without words would be fine if you want to. You could also, Viniyoga is traditionally practiced in silence. Can you imagine me sitting in silence? All right, regulars, zip it. No, I sincerely love you all. It will get better, I promise. All right, so let's buckle up. Drinking the last bit of my coffee. And we're going to take a moment to bring our attention and awareness from the external to the internal. We're going to scan the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. Whew. Don't mind saying I really needed some Viniyoga today. Let's take that scan through the body and notice where we are already experiencing the activities of our week. I had a killer migraine, kind of fought through it Monday, Tuesday, and then succumbed on Wednesday. Yesterday was a little low day, but I'm feeling back to 80% today. So that counts, right? That's why I said that, because there are lots of other things that play out on your body that aren't necessarily a workout. We're going to pull our attention and awareness into the space and quality of our thinking and check in with what's going on in the brain on this towards the end of the week. Once we have noticed all of those things, let's move them off to the side. We want to create a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice. And we want to hold that silence, and let's move that into our awareness of the breath. And so we're just going to notice that intuitive rhythm of breath without exerting any control. So let's start working this ocean swelling breath. We're going to draw air in through the nose, if you can, through the upper chest. We're going to fill the lungs in the space under the ribs, and then expand the lungs into the space of the belly. So let's start working that rhythm. As you exhale, we're going to engage the core and draw the belly in first, reverse the process, release the ribs, and then relax the chest and shoulders. So let's just find that physical rhythm. And now we're going to start moving with that breath. So with the next inhale, let's sweep the arm slowly toward the ceiling. And we want to connect the speed of our body to the length and balance of that breath. So we're going to just move through. Each time, we're going to initiate the movement with the start of the breath. So we're going to come on up and work through some lateral extension. We're going to take our right side down and just ease through a reach up and over, keeping that space between the ear and the shoulder wide. We don't want to scrunch our shoulder up. We're relaxing the neck. We're letting the head relax into that lean. We're going to do that 2 more times. We're going to come up and take our first forward fold. So let's inhale. Begin the exhale and trace into our fold. It's going to be shallow. So I'm just going to place the hands on the mat and tuck into an easeful bow. And then work that inhale up for our stretch toward the ceiling. And release out through that exhale. If you happen to be sitting with me cross-legged, we're going to change the cross of the legs. And we're going to come on up through our stretch. We're going to take the fingertips right behind the ears, get a little taller through the seat, taller through the spine, reach back with the elbows, and then we're wrapping the elbows around the head and taking a little half curl, C curve. With the inhale, start the inhale first, begin and reach up, relax the shoulders, draw those elbows back a little bit. And exhaling, tuck into the C curve. I'm going to do that one more time. Continue on reach for that stretch, and then we'll take our forward fold. Again, just keeping it shallow, resting the hands on the mat and just letting the body come down a little bit into that fold. Inhaling, let's come on up. And release those shoulders out and about. We're going to move to hands and knees. And I'm going to pad my knees with a blanket. We're going to take some Chakravarkasana bowing. So if you are a regular of mine, you know where we're headed, but I'll explain it. And we're going to move even slower because I want you to increase the length and balance of your breath. So 2 fist widths between the knees, resting the knees to either side. Moving the heels of the hands from 90 degrees out a half to a full palm's length. And we're going to keep our back flat, relaxed through the shoulders, unclench the teeth. So let's start our ocean swelling breath. And now as we exhale, we'll release the chin all the way down. Place the forearms to the mat. Scoop the belly with that exhale. Draw those hips back and bow toward the floor. Let's wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. And then we're going to slowly fill the lungs as we come forward. And again, we're going to take 3 more of these. Remember to initiate the inhale and exhale before we start moving into the asana. Two more. If you feel like you're running out of breath or that exhale, the pause between inhale and exhale is kind of leaving you breathless, take a sip of air and just move through our asanas. Let's come on up through hands and knees. We're going to come to standing on those knees. Rock side to side. Be balanced. If you're too far forward, your toes are going to come off the mat. If you're too far back, you're going to feel this in your quads. We're working a little Vajrasana. So let's take on up. We're going to add a single arm sweep. So we'll drop the left arm first. It's just a little tuck as we fold. Control the body weight with the core as the exhale continues. And release. Start the inhale. Engage the core. It's a reverse crunch up. Both arms sweep. And now we're going to tuck the right arm. And we'll just move in repetition. We're going to do 2 more full repetitions. That's 4 individual sweeps. And we're going to head to our last 2 repetitions. Left side and right side. Here we go. All right, let's come on up to our sweep. We're going to take those hands in front of us. And we're going to work a little. Press up to the feet and down to the knees into child's pose. So soften the elbows. Make sure the heels of the hands are out in front of the shoulders. We're going to inhale to prepare. And then tucking the toes, we're just going to press up. As we exhale, inhaling to the knees, exhaling to child's pose. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. That's our repetition. We're going to continue moving. Inhale through hands and knees. Tuck the toes, exhale. Just press up into the balls of those feet. We don't have to move. Inhale through hands and knees, and then exhale into child's pose. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. We're going to do that 4 more times. Make sure the shoulders are shrugged, your elbows are soft, the knees are relaxed, there's no hyperextension. And 3 more. Last time. We're going to glance forward and walk ourselves up to the end of the mat. I'm going to take a very soft and easy forward fold. So bend those knees. Bend the knees, lift the head and shoulders. We're going to slowly come on up to standing. And we're going to move right into a forward folding chair flow. So we've inhaled up. We're going to exhale down. Nice and slow. Follow the movement of the breath. Sit back into those heels. Let the upper body hang. Lift the head and shoulders. Trace those fingers right up the legs. And we're going to head right back down. It's that reverse crunch up. Stay out of the low back. Trace those fingers up the legs to stay easy in the hamstrings. Engage the core as we press through the feet and unwind the body. 1 more time. Okay, we're going to hang here for a minute. Now, here's where you can come to the block, or you can come to the shins. So we're going to work a little half fold in the gentlest way possible. So we're going to start in our Utkatasana, forward folding chair pose. We're going to inhale. You can come to the block. We're going to lengthen the back of the legs. A little squish at the knees. Relax the shoulders and lengthen the back of the legs. Feel long and flat in the spine as if you were pressing up against the ceiling. Engage the core. Relax all the way down as we exhale and take that forward folding chair. If you don't have a block, just lengthen the legs, touch the space right below the knees, flatten the spine, keep the gaze down, and then exhale, release. We're going to do 3 more, just like that. You choose. Remember to relax the shoulders, unclench the teeth. We have 1 more to go. Lift the head and shoulders. Let's come on all the way up for our stretch. Soften the knees. We're going to take some lateral extension here. So we're just going to work through this, I've heard it called reed in the wind. Soften the knees, anchor through the hips. Inhale, and then exhale. We're just taking a nice, easy lateral extension. Inhaling up, and we're going to switch. So we're just going to work through this repetition. Remember to keep those shoulders engaged down the back. Let's come on up, and we're going to head to a forward fold. So just trace those fingers down the legs, soft bend in the knee. Either keep in contact with the legs, the feet, the floor, or the block. Little bend in the knees. Bend the knees, lift the head and shoulders. Let's trace up. We're going to step back wide. So I'm going to face you, and we're just going to work our repetitions in one place. So let's go to a little wider angle laterally between the feet. So my toes will be pointing towards the edge of the mat. And now I'm going to take my right foot and rotate it to a comfortable angle out toward the end of my mat. I want to keep my hips square. I want to be soft in the knees. We're going to work a little Trikonasana, triangle pose. So, but not in the way that you probably have seen it in most classes. So we're not using the release valve. We're going to work through this lateral extension. We're energizing the legs. So soft in the knees, square in the hips, as forward facing in alignment with shoulders, ribs, and hips as you can. We're going to just bring those arms up and relaxed, inhaling. And we're going to work through a little extension. So we're going to go back first, little lateral extension and reach. Stay squished in the knees. We're going to inhale, and now we're going to tick-tock to the inside of that knee, right? I'm not going deep. I'm not reaching toward the floor. I'm just working through my core. I'm working through my lats and obliques, making some energy through the legs, soft in the knees, nice shallow work, deep in the breath. So we're inhaling to center. We're exhaling for our lateral extension. Just going right to the place I can reach with the backs of my fingers. We're going to take 2 more of these repetitions. All right, make sure those knees are soft. Readjust those hips so we're square. We're going to come down and touch. So either the inside of the thigh, the bottom of the knee, the shin, but stay soft in these legs, a little squish in both knees. We're going to inhale and take that arm back. We're going to exhale and reach arch up over the head. Inhale, take that back. It's a little lift. Exhale. Just working through this tiny little lift and the reach back. And then the big reach. One more time. And release. So let's engage up. We're going to release those arms open. I'm going to turn my right foot in. I'm going to turn my left foot out. So square up the hips, adjust the toe so that you don't have to work on this front knee. Inhaling up. So we're working through our repetitions. Squish in both legs. I'm going to come back, gentle reach. And inhale. Relax through the shoulders and exhale. Just tick-tock down so that to where you can just touch with the fingertips rather than reaching and pressing that hip out. What I mean by release valve is this lean, and that's how we get into the hamstring. I want you to engage the core and balance those hips. Keep them stacked under the ribs. So we're only working lateral extension for stretch, energizing the legs. We have 3 more repetitions. Okay, we're coming down for our stay. So I'm going to touch either the top of the knee or right below the knee. I'm going to inhale here, lift a little, take that arm back. I'm just going to look to the diagonal with my eyes. And now I'm going to look forward and take that reach. Inhale, it's a little lift and rotate back. Exhale. 3 more. This is the last one. We're going to come on up. Turn the left foot in. Heel toe a little wider apart. Soft in the knees. Engage the core. We're stacked. Hips, ribs, shoulders. So we're going to work a little forward folding triangle or forward folding wide angle. My toes are tilted in, my heels are turned out. That gives me friction against the mat. And I'm going to move my blanket. If you have a block, this is a good place to use it as well. And I'm just going to fold it because that's where I'm going to take my stay. And I'm going to rest my head. If you cannot touch the floor with your head, not a life skill, right? All right, so let's inhale up. We're just going to work through repetition here. Soften these knees. And we're coming down. So sweep open. Touch the legs, release into the fold. Keep the weight slightly forward. Keep the legs long. Inhale up those legs and sweep out. But keep the knees slightly bent. Open up. Keep the hips weighted forward. Trace up the legs. And stretch. We're just going to work 3 more repetitions. Two more. Okay, we're going to come down. And now I'm going to hold for my stay. We're going to take 6 deep breaths here. So give your toes a little wiggle. Maybe you're on the block. Maybe you folded the blanket. Touch the mat with the hands or maybe hold on to the ankles, and we're going to release. You can heel toe your feet out even more if you've got that room to take this stay. 6 balanced breaths. Keep some pressure on the forearms. The block or the blanket is just there to support and close the circuit, to relax the hamstrings. Don't put your weight on your cervical spine. I guess I should have clarified that before we started. Your cervical spine is not designed to hold weight. It's designed to hold your head up. So I've got some light pressure on my forearms. My shoulders are shrugged. My head is just gently touching the blanket. Let's take 3 more deep, balanced breaths. Let's come up to the hands. We're going to heel toe the feet in. And now I'm going to walk my body around and come to seated. And we're going to work a little active bridge. Whew. Hot flash. And that generated a hot flash. All right, we're coming on down to our backs to work a little Divipadipedam. Active bridge. Take a little rock side to side. Tuck those heels up close to the glutes. We're going to work our active bridge without arms, 4 rounds. We're going to add an arm sweep, 4 rounds, and then we're going to add our extra inhale, 4 rounds. Just listen to the cue. Tuck the chin. Make sure that the shoulders and the triceps are engaged toward the mat. Exhale all the air out of the lungs to prepare. And let's inhale. Tailbone, hips, press into the heels, lift the waistband. Ribs, shoulders, press into the shoulder blades, lift the hips. As you exhale, we're sliding that spine back down to the mat. Follow the length of your breath. 3 more repetitions exactly like that. One more. All right, we're going to continue with our bridge, but this time we're going to add the arm sweep. Now you can arch those fingers through the air over the head, or you can slide them along the mat in a snow angel movement. So you listen and let that energy let the movement be dictated by the energy you're feeling. I'm going to head for the arch today, I think. So let's exhale all the air out of the lungs to prepare. And now let's connect that sweep of the arms to the inhale and the lift of the hips. Keep the chin tucked. Keep those shoulder blades engaged to the mat. And shrug down away from the ears. 3 more, exactly like that. All right, we're going to add our extra inhale. So we're going to engage and lift, extend the arms. Let's fire that up. Now this time with the exhale, keep the arms extended as we slide that spine down. Now we're going to take a big inhale and stretch up with the arms. And now add the return of the fingers with the exhale. 3 more exactly like that. Inhaling. Leave the arms extended as we slide the spine down. Keep those knees from flaring out. Inhale, stretch through the ribs, reach those arms out and away. Exhale, let's return the arms down to our hips, the hands to the hips. 2 more exactly like that. One more time. All right, let's relax into our backs. Move those feet out a little bit. Release the energy of the breath. So we've done quite a bit of movement without taking our pause. And so now let's take some relaxed inhales and exhales and notice the energy return and the response in the body after our movements. What are you feeling in the quads? What are you feeling in the hips? Shoulders, back? All right, we're going to bring those knees up. Give them a little squeeze. All right, we're going to take the hands to the insides of the knees, and we're going to work some extensions, inhales and exhales. So let the legs hang in the length of the arms. Relax those shoulders flat against the mat. And we're going to inhale. As we inhale, let's press the knees out. Add a little leverage to that stretch for the adductors. And then as we exhale, engage the low belly, squeeze the knees together, but press out with the hands. So we're resisting that return. Inhale, relax out. Take that beat where the weight of the legs give you a little leverage into that stretch. And now press out with the hands as we draw in with the low belly and draw the knees together. That's it. We're going to work through 5 more repetitions. Two more. All right, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let the feet touch the mat, rock side to side. And now relax into this cobbler pose, reclined cobbler. We're going to hold here for 6 to 8 breaths stay. So relax the legs, little tuck of the tailbone, release into that natural arc of the low back, arch, arc, arch. I'm going to open my arms, palms up to the ceiling in cactus. just because I like this little extra length in the spine. But you can rest your hands on your belly. You can rest your hands on the inner thigh. We're just going to hold here. Let's work into our ocean swelling breath, and we're going to take 6 to 8 repetitions. So this is a long stay. If you are feeling a little response, right, a little twinge or a little, you can take a little rock side to side, release that, and then return to the stay. Here we go. Four more breaths. Last one. I'm going to slide my hands down to the legs. Oh, ease those knees up. Woo, take a little sway side to side. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that. Oh, little rock side to side. Let's bring the knees up. Give them a squeeze. All right, we're going to work Apanasana, but we're going to do it in this wide angle. So I'm going to take my fingertips around the outside of the knees. Again, let those knees relax, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. We're going to inhale into flat back. And as we exhale, you're drawing knees towards shoulders. Give me a little tilt up of the tailbone. You should be feeling big release. Inhale, release. And exhale, draw them up. Little lift of the tailbone. And let it go. We have 3 more of these. All right, we're going to bring those knees in, give them a little squeeze. Let's release the toes to the mat. We're going to take a little knee circle, little sway side to side just to finish up. I'm going to open my arms up, palms toward the ceiling. I'm in a soft, maybe like in a bat wing position. I'm going to bring my knees up, take a little sway side to side. So we're going to take a little circle. I'm going to drop the toes toward the mat. I'm going to sweep to one side, bring the knees up to the body, tilt a little to the other side, and take them all the way down. And then bring them up to center. That's one. We're going to switch the direction. Lower the toes to the mat. Take a little sway to side. Draw the knees up. Cross the body. Keep them engaged. And release them down to center. And bring them up. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're alternating directions. And we're going to take several of these. So just move with the breath. I'm exhaling here. Inhaling across. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Just breathe as comfortably as you can. We're going to try and hold this ocean swelling breath, but It's a little more challenging in this position for this asana, this movement. All right, we have 4 more, so 2 in both directions. Try to keep the knees pressed together as you move. All right, 1 more in both directions. And now this last one. Bring those knees up. Let's cut the fingertips over the top. We're going to work our traditional Apanasana here. So we're going to take 5 or 6 rounds. Inhaling at center. Keeping those knees pressed together. Draw in. Lift the hips. Inhale, unwind. Exhale. Draw knees up. Little lift of the tailbone and that reverse crunch. 3 more, just like that. All right, let's release the feet to the mat. We're going to extend legs. Just take a moment and just give yourself a little bit of a stretch. And now we're going to move into a position that's going to serve you for Shavasana. I'm going to keep feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling, but you can stay extended with your arms at your sides, palms up, maybe add a blanket or a block to your process. Relax the breath. And now let's take our awareness and attention into the space of our forehead. We're going to smooth out all those tiny little muscles and nerve endings. Feel the temples release their energy toward the mat. Unclench the teeth. Soften the face. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. Take that relaxation down through the sides of the neck, across the tops of the shoulders, biceps, elbows, triceps. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Let the upper body relax against the mat. Feel the shoulder blades sink toward the floor. Feel the length of the spine between the ribs on both sides of the body. Lengthen and get heavy into the mat. Little rock side to side with the hips. And now let the torso rest. Take a little relaxation through the glutes. Release the energy through the quads. Soft space behind the knees. Little flexion of the calves. Wiggle the toes. And feel the lower body relax toward the floor. Let's pull that attention and awareness into the space and quality of our thinking. There might be things trying to push into our awareness, things in the to-do list, things that we've been thinking about. Let's slide those off to the side. We want to hold that silence for a few minutes longer. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. and anchor that silence to the breath. Let's just follow the inhale and exhale into and out of the lungs. We're going to draw some deeper breath into lungs. That's a good Shavasana. Big filling inhales, big sighing exhales. I'm extending my legs, reaching my arms down. I'm going to take my arms out to the side and take a big stretch. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. Sweeping arms up over the head, take a big reach. Oh, I'm going to release those hands down, bring a knee up and give it a squeeze. Bring the other knee up, give it a squeeze. Let's take a little rock side to side. Roll from one hip across the other. Until you're ready to rock completely over to one side, let's rest our head on our arms and take a moment just to notice the support of the floor beneath us. All right, let's lengthen that top leg. I'm going to walk my hands under the hips so I can come back to seated. Taking a little rock side to side. Excuse me. Roll those shoulders back. I'm going to cut my fingertips over the tops of my legs. I'm going to take a lean in one direction. Lead with that head. Slowly releasing for the bow. Let's switch that lean. Just hang against that tension on the hand. Releasing to center. Let's roll shoulders back. Woo! And stack shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Taking a quick scan of the body, check in, state and quality of the physical form. Move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. Let's check in. And if you have some to-dos, we can invite them back into the queue with a little bit of elbow room. No pushing, no shoving. And finally, just checking in with that easy inhale and exhale, soft, intuitive breath. All right, we're going to release practice, blinking our eyes open. I'm going to take this big final stretch up to the ceiling. You do not have to join me if it's not going to feel your jam. Releasing all of that down, taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Thank you so much for supporting the fucking yoga company online. It's not ideal, but it keeps me safe, it keeps you safe, and it keeps our jam going. I really like it. Keeps our groove on. You can email me if you have any questions, yoga@jclynn.com. Hit the website, THEFFING yogablog.com. If you haven't already signed up to subscribe to my email list, it's a perfect time to do it. We're getting ready to do a secret book reveal. So if you're on my subscription list, my email subscription list, you're going to get to see the book cover first, early, before everyone else. You can also you're going to get a newsletter and you're going to get a blog post, usually me ranting and raving about yoga, something. There are purchase links on the calendar. We are getting ready to launch Patreon. So it was delayed a little bit with all this house stuff. So just stay tuned for that news. If you're an early sustaining member, you're going to get a huge discount on a monthly subscription to yoga. So those of you who've already signed up for that know, and you get all of the perks of those top tier people. It basically comes out to about $3 a yoga class. So guys, you can't touch that really anywhere. And we're doing it in the safety of our own homes with a short commute. So, I'm trying to find all of the perks. I'm doing it online. Oh, the big perk for me is my coffee is just down the hallway. I love it. Hey, my name is Julia. Thank you again so much for joining me. If you are here in this space-time continuum in this moment and place with me, happy Friday. If it's your weekend, enjoy a lovely weekend. I am partly terrified and partly excited for this new adventure and a little in limbo. Or have you guys experienced that where it doesn't quite feel real? Yeah, that's where I'm at. So, hey, enjoy. Beautiful day. Hopefully a little bit of sunshine, not too much, not too much heat or smoke. My son-in-law is giving me the eye through the window. They're sitting outside while I finish up. Thank you. It's truly is a circus around here now, so I appreciate it. Hey, be well, be kind, don't crash anybody. Don't with the grocery cart or your car. Ciao.